Oh, it's looking good. Coffee's flowing. It's time to get going.
Hey, welcome back to Questions Over Coffee. My name's Kevin Smith. It's good to see you again. Want a cup of coffee? Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss anything that's coming up on Questions Over Coffee. If you have a comment or a question, leave it in the section below. We'll get to it just as fast as we can. Today's question comes from Cindy Tossi. Cindy wants to know, would Jesus have gone farther in preaching the word if he had not been killed? Cindy, this is a great question, and I believe the answer is no. Jesus would not have gone farther. Let me point you to 3 different passages to help illustrate why I think this is the case. The first one we want to look at is John chapter 10, verses 17 and 18. For this reason the Father loves me, because I lay down my life so that I may take it again. No one has taken it away from me, but I lay it down on my own initiative. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to take it up again. This commandment I received from my Father. Okay, so here in John, Jesus says, I've got the authority. God, my Father, has given me this authority to lay my life down and to take it up again. Jesus was calling the shots, but along with Jesus calling the shots as far as when to lay his life down and when to take it up again, I think, honestly, that he reserved that job of taking the message to the entire world for his followers. Let me point you to Matthew chapter 28, 16 through 20, commonly called the Great Commission. Let's read this together. But the 11 disciples proceeded to Galilee, to the mountain which Jesus had designated. When they saw him, they worshipped him, but some were doubtful. And Jesus came up and spoke to them, saying, all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Okay, so the first thing we want to note here is Jesus is alive at this point. If Jesus wanted to go farther himself and teach the word, teach the gospel, he could have, right? But he gives the job instead to his followers. Now, he does tell them what to do. He says, teach, baptize, teach. And he tells them, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. In Acts chapter 1, Jesus does tell them where he wants them to begin and where to continue to as far as teaching this message. Again, he's talking to his followers. Let's go ahead and read Acts chapter 1, verses 7 and 8. He said to them, it is not for you to know the time or the epochs which the Father has fixed by his own authority, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and even to the remotest part of the earth. So there you have it. Would Jesus have gone farther? It is my opinion that he could have if he'd wanted to, because he was alive, as we noted, but he chose by his authority to give the job of teaching the message, reaching the lost to his disciples, first in Jerusalem, then to Judea, then to Samaria, and then to the remotest parts of the earth. So at that point, everything is covered. So I have a question for you. What can we do to make sure that the gospel is preached everywhere today, from the neighbor next door to the guy down the street, to the guy in the next state over, to the fella that's all the way across the world. What can we do to make sure that people have a chance to hear the message? And let me go ahead and throw a more personal question here as well. What can you do personally to make sure that the message gets spread to the many that need to hear it? Leave me a comment in the section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss anything that's coming up on Questions Over Coffee. Thank you for our time together today. I look forward to the next time. Keep pressing forward.